Looking forward to the party. Each time that I cry, you blow my mind.
I go searching for time, searching for time. Awesome God, you blow my mind. You're more than amazing. Simply you blow my mind. You blow my mind. You are bigger than I can imagine. Extremely big. You blow my mind. You blow my mind.
Endless. 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 You blow my mind.
Ikpakaramishi. Bring it, make I give you. Bring it, let me show you. I think we're first here. Okay.
Yes, you blew my mind.
You blow my
It's
mind.
happening right now, right here on the African Portal Radio TV International. It's a lovely afternoon time here in Victoria, South Africa. To those of you joining us, it's happening in the studio. It's three things that is going to happen in this studio today. We will be celebrating your birthday and your son's birthday as well. I'll be having conversation with you regarding what you do as a motivational speaker. Thirdly, I'll be speaking to you as a Nigerian man, taking you back to the motherland and exploit what you experienced growing up as a Nigerian woman. So it's going to be a lovely
Wow.
time in the studio. Firstly, before anything, let me wish you happy birthday. It doesn't matter how long it is, but I promise we're going to celebrate your birthday on the African Portal Radio TV. So this is part of the celebration. That is why I come in with that. You blew my mind. That kind of music that really puts the whole studio together. Everyone listening to all over the world, thank you very much for joining us. Please, I'm waiting for comments. I expect a lot of people to join, to be sending comments right now. Let's celebrate this great woman of our time. Let's celebrate this gorgeous woman that is doing so well for herself, that she's so great. She's doing a lot of things that I'm so happy about. Her podcast, her book, things that she's done, the way she presents herself, her presentation. Great, great, great. So let's celebrate her. Let's have a kind of celebration time in the studio to appreciate this great woman of our time. Before anything, let me take time to greet everybody all over the world. It doesn't matter the time on your side. In South Africa, where we are, Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone in northern part of Africa and the rest part of the world. In French speaking country, bonjour, and in Central Africa, bonjour as well. In East Africa, Abarisa Muchana. In West Africa, we greet, we salute everyone. In Igbo land, we say Kedu. In Yoruba land, Ekrole. No matter what the time is, we greet and we celebrate every one of you. We say welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. It's happening right now, right here on the African Portal with one of the great African women in the studio with me that will be having this conversation together. I like the saying that empower the woman and you empower the entire generation. And that is one of the great things that I love about all these so-called women of this time around, that they are so focused on what they are doing and they believe in making African great. They're raising the banner of African high all over the world. She's based in Canada, but she's doing well for herself. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to the African Portal Radio TV. Let me give you time to introduce yourself to my listeners, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Derek. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so this is Eseverere. Eseverere. I'm also known as the 5 to 9 CEO. How is everybody doing?
Wow.
Thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. I'm so happy and grateful, blessed to be here. This wonderful. I know it's evening over there in South Africa, but we're right here in Tennessee, and it's morning. It's actually 9 a.m. So I bring you greetings from the United States. I'm actually in the United States, not Canada. So I'm in the United States of America. I live in Tennessee, in this beautiful city called Nashville, Tennessee. It's actually called the Music City. So I am a certified motivational speaker. I was certified by Les Brown in 2020, and I've been taking my message to the world. I love meeting people. I love to spread positivity. I believe that we just have to take one day at a time, no matter what's going on in your world. If you look at it from the positive atmosphere, from the positive spirit, there's always a tiny bitty little positivity in that whatever it is that you're facing today, whatever it is, just look at it from the bright side. That's what I'm saying. I always encourage people to look at things from the bright side. That's just a different perspective. That's just going to keep you going, keep you in the momentum, because guess what? We only have one life to live, right? Can you hear me?
Like that. I like that. I can hear you. I can feel you. I can feel you. You're really making me so excited. I can hear you clearly. One day at a time. And I like the way you introduce yourself, and I like the smiling coming out of you is giving me a lot of a lot of strength to continue in this program. You know, when somebody's on the show and is giving you, I mean, it's giving you a smile and there's so much happiness, the spirit you carry determine how far this show will go today. We have a very limited time. We only have 1 hour for this show, and I cannot stretch it beyond because another show is coming up immediately after this show. So I have to make it snappy. I have to quickly, so that I can take as much as possible from you. I'm still waiting for comments. People, please join me to celebrate this great woman. I'm expecting a lot of comments from friends, family. You can also call us on +277703384. I'm not gonna start this program fully if I don't get a lot of comments from friends, family, relative to show happiness and to show appreciation to this great woman. You know, we have this so funny attitude of not appreciating people when they are still here, and the African portal is changing that narrative. Celebrate people when they are here. Show them love. Appreciate them, not when they're far gone, when they cannot appreciate it. That is when you'll be celebrating them. No, let's do it while they are still here. And that is what I'm going to do right now. Severere, I just want to thank you for the great job that you are doing. In times such as this, it's time to give you a tap in the shoulder and tell you, look to you in your face and say, well done for the great job you are doing in Africa continent. Well done for raising the banner up high there where you are. Well done for being our voice there. Well done for the kind of spirit that you carry. We really appreciate it. It's time for us to celebrate you and to say God bless you for the great job that you are doing. And as well, you celebrate your birthday a few weeks back. May the Lord bless your new age. May you live long to see your children to the fifth generation. May
Amen.
the blessings of God be upon you. May you eat
Wow.
the fruit of
Amen.
your labor. You will not labor in vain. You will not labor for another man to eat. Another man will not reap your harvest in the mighty
Amen.
name of Jesus. That blessing that
Wow.
your name is on, you will achieve it. You will not fail in the
Amen.
mighty name of Jesus. You will not die before your time. We celebrate you. We
Amen.
wish you long life and prosperity. To everyone joining us, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep sending it out. It's the African Port Radio. I'm your host, Barry Oluso, coming to you live from Pretoria, South Africa. This is your one-stop media house where everyone have a say. We salute everyone all over the world, all the monarch. We salute and we thank you, everyone. Everyone that have been on, media's groups, we celebrate all of you. We appreciate and we say welcome to the African Portal. I like the way you come in when you are introducing yourself. Certified lesbian speaker online, business coach, founder of the 5 to 9 CEO. Wow. You see, all those qualifications is just making my heart to break because I'm telling myself, if a woman can do all this, how? What can you say? What can we say? What can we say? Well done. Well done once again. Let's quickly go to the business of the day. Let's quickly engage you in the next 5 minutes. We have things we'll be doing, like I said earlier on. We're going to take you to a level where we'll be hard to you. On the hot seat, we'll be having a deep conversation about some certain things about life and about your journey. But let's quickly look at the journey so far. Let's go back to the line of history. Where are you from originally, and what your journey looked like when you are growing up? What do you see was growing up, and what do you learn as you are growing up?
Awesome. So thank you so much for that fantastic question. I believe that everything that we see in life actually has a beginning. He said when you can look back, then you'll be able to think because you can trace back where you're coming from. Never, as an African, as a typical African, never forget where you're coming from. So that takes me back to my root. I'm originally from Nigeria. Nigeria is in West Africa. And just to be very specific, I'm an Urobo, so I'm from Delta State. A lot of people don't know because of my name, and my name pretty much throws people off. And then when I tell them, guess what? I mean, like, I'm Ninja, like full Ninja, full color Ninja. So I'm an Urobo. If you know where that is actually in the South. I was born in Lagos State. I was born and raised in Lagos State. The only thing that took me to Delta State was when I went to college in university. So I attended Delta State University, Abraka, and I think that's what it's still called. So born in Lagos, raised in Lagos. My parents, my dad is actually an Urobo, but he's passed away now. He's late. But my mom is from Edo State. So if you know where that is, they're pretty much like close, neighbors. It used to be under the General Bender State in those days. So, but both of them they gave birth to me. I'm from a family of it. I'm from a polygamous home, so from a family of 11 children in total, and I'm right in the middle. Like, I'm the sixth child. I'm the second daughter in the family, and just some interesting facts about me. So, but I was raised, I would say like every regular kid in Nigeria, basically, right? I had humble beginnings, or I don't know if I should use the word humble beginnings, but I think it'll be right to say humble beginnings. I I I would say that my growing up was a little bit I wouldn't say it was not like the regular kids or regular lives and things like that. I had more of a very good life growing up, besides some setbacks here and there, which is normal with African family and things like that. And but my journey growing up was, I grew up as this. Funny enough, I know right now I smile. Right now people will be wondering, like, has she always been this happy, right? No, but when I was growing up, being a young girl and then becoming a teenager, I didn't used to, if there was one thing I can think back, I didn't used to smile that much. I wasn't introduced to, it's not like this part of the world, which is why what I'm doing right now is kind of different from where I thought I was going to be even while I was growing up, right? I didn't have any reason to smile. I remember then I used to have elder ones that I have like 3 elder brothers, or 4 elder brothers actually. And one of them used to always pick up on me. He'd be like, don't you smile? Like, why are you always frowning? But I didn't even realize I was frowning. Sometimes they said is whatever you're feeling inside, that's what will show in the outward appearance, right? So I didn't know I was
Yes.
frowning. I thought it was my regular face. And then I'll be like, I don't know why you think I'm frowning, but I'm not frowning. But I didn't have joy, if I can put it that way, right? I just had a lot of things going on. I don't know if it was teenage. I was pretty, I would say I was a decent child. I would no child is perfect, but I wasn't aware. Let me put it that way. I wasn't aware of myself, which is why right now, when I see children back home in Africa, I do all I can to inspire them, to reassure them that, to just let them know that they have an inner queen, an inner beauty, no matter what's going on in their head, they can, they can see things differently from the inside, because there was just a lot going on with me. I was from a broken home. I kept wondering why my friends had their parents together. I didn't have, no, but nobody could answer those questions. You know how African homes are. You really can't take some things home. You can't even ask your parents some things, or else you know what happens to you. So all those emotions I struggled with while I was growing up, and I think it affected my outward appearance, But as I, went through my teenage years, and I went to college as a teenager still, I started to mingle with some friends, and I think that was where I would say I started to discover myself gradually. So I actually discovered myself in the university, but it was still a process for me, and I went through college. I would say I went through my early years not really knowing who I was. That's just the summary of it. As soon as I finished, I think towards the time I was about to finish college, I began to get some awareness, some realization. This is who you are. And thank God for the fellowships that I was part of then, and because I just used to think back sometimes and say, if I had landed in the wrong hand, my life would have just gone that route, because I didn't have that. Fine, I'm not saying I didn't have those. I had those values because my father was a very, very, he was a disciplinarian, okay? But I think just That's awareness, I would say, wasn't really there. So I was just pretty much just living life. You know how you live life, what's gonna be is gonna be. That kind of attitude, I just went through those
Hmm.
period like that until I would say it was after after my university. Then life, it was just anything life. There was nothing like, okay, you need to decide what you want. It's not like the way we are now, and with what we know, like, don't just allow anything. You can go for what you want. We didn't used to hear motivational stuff. I don't know about people, but so,
Hmm.
now I'm a motivational speaker. I heard about Les Brown when I came to the United States. Some people were exposed to Les Brown in Nigeria. I just wish I had those motivational talk. I feel like those things were
Hmm.
gonna, help me be, or help me in my infant years or in my teenage years. But I didn't have all of those. I wasn't exposed to all of this early, and which is why now that I do what I do, I'm using my voice to give voice to those that don't have a voice, lend my voice to those that feel like they can't speak, they can't come out, nobody wants to hear them. What do they have? We're always feeling like we don't have enough. We're always looking at the other side, like the grass is always greener on the other side. But what you don't realize is there's something in your hand that God can use. You just need to identify that thing and amplify it. You get what I mean? That's what I'm talking
Hmm.
about. So
Hmm.
that's what has brought
Hmm.
me, ups and downs, up and down, like every normal person. But I'm just happy for the woman that I'm becoming now.
Hmm. No, I like what you say, and I like the way you actually put it together because it's a very, very interesting story. Even though you grew up in a polygamous family, that didn't define who you're going to be. Even though you experience a lot of things, though the life is good, then according to your own standard, but you seem still not happy with the situation of things, and people tell you, I have similar thing. I have similar thing. A lot of people used to think that I'm a kind of hard look. My look is very hard. So, Mr. Man, put smile on your face. Wait to be your own. This one way of come be as if say you won't keep a say. Wait to be your own. I mean, put that down. So, and I told myself, no, man, this is how I am, man. This is my face. But we thank God that we have the voice today and we can motivate someone out there. We can put smile on other people's face and stuff like that. Thank you very much for that. As a motivational speaker, let me quickly throw a question to you. Somebody is going traveling out of his community to another city and with his family, and along the way they have accident. There's a car accident, and the man dies in the accident, and also they have three kids. The three kids die, remain only the wife, and the wife lose two legs. What kind of words are you going to say to such a woman if you have opportunity to motivate her or to speak to her?
Wow. There's actually nothing I can say to her that is going to make sense. There's really nothing that can replace the life of a husband, your three children. That's your world. Nothing is going to make sense. But, lady, the only thing I can say is because you're still alive, they said when there's life, there's hope. I really, really sympathize with you right now. I can't tell you that I feel your pain because I've never been in that shoes before. They said until the person wears the shoes, that's when you know how it hurts. But I just want to put my arms around you right now. I want to embrace you. I just want to reassure you that it is well. They said that God doesn't give you a burden that you cannot bear. He allows us to go through trials and temptation because he knows that before it happened, he's aware. I know you feel like, okay, why me? Like, why should this happen to me amongst everyone that we have right now in the world? Why should God take away my husband? Why should God take away my children? Why should God take away my legs? How can I walk? I feel you. But I just want you to know that you are here for a reason. There's a purpose why he left you and he didn't take you with them. I want you to look at the bright side. The one bright side that you are still breathing. And because you're still alive, you can still give one life hope. You can still cause somebody to smile again, to be well with you.
Hmm. 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 Wow, wow, wow. That's a very powerful one. That's a very powerful one. I like that. And that is proving to me the quality of what you have inside you. Let me take you through this journey. Why do you choose to actually be a motivational speaker? And why Les Brown? How do you get connected to Les Brown? Because I have a lot of people involved in this program. I think one day I'm still going to see a way I'm going to get one on one with Liz Brown as well. Because I have so much people that have been on this show that tell me about Les Brown. Les Brown is a great motivational speaker. He's a great man. Yeah, I discover myself through him and stuff like that. How do you get connected to him? And what can you talk about the time and the lesson or about what you've learned from there?
Yeah, so there, remember I said I didn't even know Les Brown. I actually stumbled on Les Brown. I would say, no, I had a friend. I actually have a friend on Facebook that couple of years ago, I think about 3, 4 years ago, I started to see her post stuff about Les Brown. I didn't know who he was, but because she was my friend on Facebook, I would see some things come on her timeline. And her name is Sheyi Hopewell, by the way. And so I would just watch, and I noticed she was very excited, and she'd be like, "Oh, he's a motivational speaker." And at some point, I think she got to meet him, and so she took pictures with him. I didn't still know who he was, but it kind of just, sometimes you think that people are not watching, but people are watching actually. So I would say that was the first time I came in contact with, or I had, contact with him. It was just on her timeline, and I just saw how she was very happy meeting him. I didn't even know what he was about. I didn't even know who he was. But it was after that time, during the pandemic, 2020. Somebody say 2020. 2020 I know it came with a lot of ups and downs, but trust me, it came with a lot of good stuff too, because I love to always see things from the
Wow.
bright side. And so 2020, I think sometime in March or April, if I'm not mistaken, I was just looking through Facebook. Remember, everybody was home and we were stuck at home, so we didn't have any choice. People would just go online and we
With
just a lot of
lockdown.
videos, lockdown videos would pop on your timeline. And so one of those days, Les Brown's video popped on my timeline. And because I had remembered the name from Sheyi Hopewell's wall, I clicked on it. I was like, let me even listen to this man. This girl is always, just talking about this Les Brown. Who is he? What does he do? I know he's a motivational speaker, but what does he do? I mean, so I clicked on it, and that was when Les Brown just started to come online. Also, everybody started to look for a way to get that online presence. So I listened to him, and he was like, share this video. You know how he comes in and just like, hello, do you have goals and dreams? Like, share this video. I want to tell you something. I just loved the mannerism that he was, he kind of, I always tell people that he reminds me of my late dad. I feel like if my dad was still alive, he kind of had the gift of motivational speaking, but he didn't know, Africa, because he used to have this way of pulling people.
Exactly. You're very correct about almost all a job man be motivational speaker now.
Exactly, so I just love the way he was composed himself, and I was like, okay, so this is the motivational aspect. Let me just even listen to this Baba and hear what he. That was my mindset. Like, who is this Baba that is online? Let me just, I just loved it. I wasn't doing anything that day, so I clicked on it and I just sat down on my phone, and he started to speak. And the next thing I was like, oh my God, it started to resonate with me. I loved what he was saying. And so the next day he was like, okay, I'm going to come back online. He was talking about the virus actually, but he was saying in a very motivating way, inspiring way, and things like that. And so that kind of caught my interest. So I decided to follow the video. I turned on the notification. I said, okay, you know what? He comes, I think he used to come on 11 a.m. Eastern time or something like that. So I turned it on, even though I was at work. I'll turn it on, and when I'm not in any meeting, I'll just put it on and put it on the side. I just loved how he was speaking. I loved what he was saying. I was like, oh Lord, I like this man. So I followed him all through until I would say June. Towards June, I noticed that he started to say, okay, you know what, if you want to speak, okay, that was when he launched his book. So I bought the book, You've Got to Be Hungry. Okay. And I bought the book, I read the book, and I was blown away. One thing that stuck out to me was the fact that he said he's been trying to write the book, like he's been working on the book for 20 something years. And that struck me. I was like, really? How can somebody be writing something for 20 something years? But I was just grateful that he finally was able to release the book, right? And so that's, kept me very close to him. I During those months, I because I was listening to him, I learned so much about him. I loved how he was using his stories, his personal experiences and things like that. And sometimes he'll bring people up on the show and I'll follow those people immediately. So something, when you are, I tell people this, when you are in a certain state of mind, or you are asking God, or you're seeking something from God, or the universe, whatever people call, but to me it's God, right? God will bring that thing to you. Like they say, what you're seeking is seeking you. Is what you're looking for that you will see. So at that particular point in time, it felt like the right peg in the square. And I just felt, oh my God, this man is speaking the language that I want to hear in this time and season. And so one day he said, oh, you know what? You want to be a motivational speaker? You want to learn to speak the way I speak? Type voice in the comments. I was like, voice? What will voice do for me? And so one day I just went ahead. I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and type voice. And boom, somebody interviewed me. They ended up saying, okay, what do you want? What do you think Les Brown can do for you? He's been training speakers all around the world. And I'm like, if this great Les Brown has been training speakers, so how is he going to train me? Like, why choose me? Say, oh, it's because of the pandemic. Right now, he's, looking for people that he wants to inspire, people that he wants to take their business to the next level, people that he wants to teach, to show them how they can know, how people can know them, like them, and trust them. And that kind of resonated with me because then I just started my page for the 5 to 9, which I know we're going to get to very soon. And I said, okay, you know what? Why not? There's no time that you think, if you ever think that you've learned too much, then you're not there yet. And so I said, okay, I really had doubts because I was thinking, are you sure he'll be able to like me? Are you sure I'm qualified? Are you sure I'll be able to pay for it? Are you sure? I had a lot of limiting beliefs holding me down. I felt it wasn't for people like me, and then somehow I went in, I was able to, I found myself in the program. And then I had this we had this face-to-face over Zoom training. We went through the train. I was among the first set of people. I was very excited about that. And luckily, during the program, they said he was going to select some people that he thought, that were doing very well, and he was going to showcase them. They were going to share the stage with them. So after our certification, I was lucky to be selected. So I was among the Power Voice. I was actually in Power Voice 2. I was very excited about that. But when I look back at the journey, as soon as I joined the program, there was something I did in me. First of all, the program was about, okay, I'll teach you how to bring out your voice. I'll teach you how you can say your story. Before, if you ask me to say my story, like I speak a lot. I tell people, okay, I go to church, I attend a local church, Redeemed Christian Center in Nashville, Tennessee, right? For instance, I speak in church. People know me in my church. I sing in the choir. So if that tells you something, right? But I learned a different way to speak. I learned a different way to say my story. It took me, it was like night and day. It refined me, if I will put it that way. It made me to realize that, okay, I could combine my speaking. I could combine everything I'm doing. Sometimes we even think that speaking is all about getting the microphone and standing in front of people. Everything you're doing, you're speaking, you're saying something. This message that is being passed across. So during the course of the program for those months, I learned all those things. And there was something that he always says. He says, some things are learned and some things are caught. Okay. So he's like, okay, watch me, so I just keep going to the classes and I was just learning a lot from him. During the process, I realized that he had he was also somebody that believed in God. That kind of also caught my attention. And so I didn't mind. It was the right time. I was hungry. I wanted to invest in myself. And it was the best decision that I made, because I tell people the investment that you make in yourself, nobody can take away from you. Other investments, anything can happen. All the beautiful investments out there, but the investment in yourself, that was my journey into investment in myself. And I've just been going since then. From there, I joined the Bob Proctor's program, Thinking into Results, and it has just, blown my mind, like that song says, right? So the journey with Les Brown, you said why Les Brown? One thing I want to add is, he resonated with me. So you might not, there are lots of motivational speakers out there. Les Brown was somebody that resonated with me. And if you want to have a mentor, I tell people, go for somebody that resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, look for somebody else that resonates with you out there and combine force with the person. So I'm just happy. I'm grateful. that I was, I'm counted as one of the Les Brown's certified speakers, because it has enabled me to be able to, wrap up my message, take my message to the world out there, because trust me, the world needs you.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you
excited
very
for my
much.
new
The
purpose
world
today.
needs you. Keep
I got
sending it.
that
I
from.
expect everybody joining us to please share this program. This woman, she's so great. I really appreciate it. The time is very short, and I'm trying to make sure that I covered everything and make it so snappy so that we can be able to cover as many things as possible on this program. Let's quickly look at the 5 to 9 CEO is one of the things that you give birth to after when you discover yourself, after you resonate with your mentor and your mentor mentored you well. And the proof of that, because application is the proof of learning. When you're learning anything and you never apply it, you've never learned anything. So the application is part of what we are doing, and that is why we call it global voice. Global voice. Go through the Lex Brand program. We will showcase you on global voice for you to prove to us what you've learned so far. So the application is what we are doing now. What gives back to the 5 to 9 CEO, and what's the meaning? What do you do there?
Okay, so basically, the 5 to 9 CEO, I started that platform. I started the platform right before I joined the Les Brown program. So I started the platform because I was thinking during the pandemic, how can I bring in some positive vibes? The whole world was in panic. People were thinking, God, the world was about to end. Right, during the pandemic, everybody was
Hmm,
shut down, and I was opportune to work from home. I was working from home, but there was just this energy. There was a lot of fear, let me put it that way. There was a lot of fear out there. There was a lot of uncertainty. So I was thinking of, okay, what can I bring to the table? Like I said, no matter how blessed a man is, the question is, who have you helped? Who have you blessed?
hmm,
Exactly. To me, I feel like no matter how far you've gone, I want to look back and see how many lives you've changed. And so I'm at home, I'm taking, if you know me very well, I take pictures a lot. Like I can just, if you want to change my mood, like I might just wake up in the morning. If you bring a camera in front of me, I'm ready to take picture. Like I'm ready to go. So I just figured out that, okay, pictures make me happy, and I stay there, right? Look for what makes you happy and stay there. It doesn't have to make sense to somebody else. So I always bring
that's a
positivity.
message.
Yeah, I bring in
Hmm,
positivity in my own way, in my own little way, because trust me, I'm not going to be able to solve the problem of the world, but I can solve the problem of one man. And as long as I can solve the problem, I can make one man smile, or I can make one woman
hmm,
smile. I feel like I've done
wow,
something. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I've
exactly.
achieved something for a day, for a month, for a
Hmm,
year. So my goal was, okay, I don't want to, I know there's a lot of things happening in the world. Like Les Brown would say that a lot of things that are happening, said, but don't be consumed by those things, right? Because that's where, by the time you get consumed by those things, it rubs off on your energy, it rubs off on your vibration. And trust me, it is whatever energy that you have in you. That's what it will, they say, attract like. It's like a magnet. So I didn't want that
hmm,
kind of energy. So I figured that, okay, you know what, I was going to, start listening to motivational stuff, which, was Les Brown for me then. Start reading books. And I was reading books. I was doing all these things. So at some point I felt, okay, I can't keep this. I used to take pictures and then I would share them on social media. And I saw that that was lighting some people's world. But I realized that, okay, you know what? God says that I will give you a message. He says, go into all the world and make disciples of every nation. It's not just for a certain people.
hmm,
And so that kind of just motivated me. And I said, you know what? My message is not just for these people right here. I'm gonna go out there. So, but how do I go out? The only tool I had in my hand was social media. And so I took advantage of what I had in my hand. I went online and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to start sharing my pictures. I'm going to start sharing my videos. And that's where I started from. And then gradually I said, you know what? I'm going to start giving value. I'm going to start telling people what I know. And the next question was, okay, what do you know? What do you have? What do you know? That's what I'm telling people. Like sometimes you feel like you don't have anything. So I thought about it. I was like, now I'm
hmm,
working. Um, and I asked myself some questions. Like, okay, do you really, really, do you really love working in quotes? I mean, your job hasn't done anything to you, but so I figured that, okay, no, I'm happier when I'm sharing. I'm happier when I'm giving value. I'm happier when I'm putting a smile on somebody's face. So I thought about, okay, now how can I wrap this in a message, in a business form? And so I opened the business page and I started to think, I said, okay, I researched a little bit and I said, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna wait until I'm that big business guru online. I'm going to start sharing my knowledge, the little things I know about business. Okay. I'm in network marketing business. What has not worked for me? I begin to share from that perspective. And so when I started the page, the first thing I thought about was, what do I name this page that will be very unique to me? And I thought, okay, right now I'm in a 9 to 5. I want to go out there and tell people that you could be in a 9 to 5. Maybe you're not happy in your 9 to 5. You're dreaming that someday you get out of your 9, but you can actually start working towards that someday today. You don't have to wait. Okay. And so that's what I thought about. And I decided to tweak the 9 to 5 and I turned it to the 5 to 9 because I felt it was awkward. Like what you do within your what you do between 9 to 5 is what your employer pays you.
Five.
That's your job, right? Between
Hmm.
9 to 5, your employer pays
Hmm.
you. There's nothing you can do. You have to
Hmm.
give because
Hmm.
you're trading time for money. But guess what? Your employer shouldn't determine what you do from 5 to 9 the next morning. You can begin to build your life between the 5 to 9. You can begin to, push yourself to do those things. If you want extra income, you can push yourself to build those extra sources of income between 5 to 9. We can't just stay there and say, okay, you know what, because I'm working this job. And the way it works in the United States, you have to work this job till you are like 60 something years old. So I looked at myself and looked at my
Hmm.
situation. I'm stay here and work till I'm 65 years old in a job that somebody is telling me what to do. Somebody pays me for my time. No, I'm not going to get rich this way. And I'm not going to live a very satisfying life. And will I have to wait till I'm 65 years old before I start sharing my message? Do I have to wait till I'm 65
Hmm.
years old before I build other sources of income? Maybe when I'm 65 years old, who says I'm even going to have the strength and energy? And so that's when I went online and I started to inspire people and I started talking about it. So I'll come on and I'll talk. I'm like, you don't have to wait. You have to be intentional about your life right now. You have to be very deliberate about what you want. Don't wait for the end because we don't even know what's going to happen. You can actually start living your life right now. Take whatever pieces that you have, piece them together. And then I started to talk and then I'll come on and I'll just say sometimes simple message. I'll come on for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I will share. And in the process, I'm smiling and myself when I'm talking. I love it. Once the camera comes on, I love it because I love the camera anyways. And I realized that I started to attract people. People started identifying with me. And then sometimes I would share my personal page and people are like, Esther, what are you doing on your business page? And that page started to grow. And I started to have this confidence because I felt like, oh my God, people started to come to me. People started consulting with me. Okay, I want to start this business. You told us to have our social footprints, right? Because I told people, okay, right now, if you're not online, then you're leaving money on the table. So I started to teach on tips, tricks on how to get your businesses online. People started consulting me for 30 minutes consultation. They will get information about their business. So I realized I started to give value. I was very happy about it. So I spent a lot of time, just talking to people, coaching them in some ways. And I was happy, trust me. And that was how I stumbled on. In the process was when I stumbled on Les Brown's thing where he said we should type voice. It will help us to refine our language. So you see what I mean by what you're seeking is what is seeking you. When you have a desire in your
Hmm.
heart,
Hmm.
what will
Hmm.
align you
Hmm.
with what you
Hmm.
need. At that point in time, when I got that offer, I felt, okay, if I'm already online and I've already thrown myself out there, I might as well go and learn how to speak professionally. I can talk, but there's a difference between talking and speaking professionally. Okay. There's a way I can
Exactly.
wrap my message in such a way that people will know me, people will like me, and people will trust me. And so that's why I jumped on the offer and jumped on the opportunity. Guess what? That just made my business blow up, just aligning that and then having the understanding and then mingling. Because when I joined the Les Brown program, I just opened up a network of people that I never thought existed in the world. I thought I was the only one that was positive in quotes. But I just saw people that were like-minded and people that had the same dreams and goals. They said if you want to go far, go with people that have aligned with your values,
Hmm.
with your dreams, with your goals.
Values.
You can go farther. And that just opened that up and lots of opportunities started to come in from there. Like I told you, just that one door has opened. I went into Bob Proctor's program. Like I've gone in right now. I have coaches. I have one of my coach was Don Talarico all through the time. He's actually still now my coach. I call him my coach. Right now I've signed up. I have coaches. Because of that one program. I just used the word and which we picked on, which the world needs you. I got that from my coach, right? my latest coach that I have right now. So, but you can imagine one door has led to all these opportunities. So
Other
that's how
door.
the 9
Hmm.
CEO came about, and I just took that name for myself. I love it. Every time people call me the 5 to 9 CEO, I'm just like, yeah, you know. But I love the fact the whole
Wow.
message is don't wait for what you want to do. Take
Hmm.
that step of faith.
Hmm.
Go for it. It may not be
Hmm.
perfect, but there's nothing called the perfect step anyway. It's all about progression and not perfection.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much for that beautiful information. 5 to 9, 9 to 5 is the one that you dedicate for the people you are working for. After that, what do you do for the remaining hour? And that is what make life meaningful. You cannot just go through life, pay bills, and die. That is not the reason why you are here. You are here for a very important thing. I take much inspiration from these two animals. I love lion and I love eagle. You see, these two animals they are very, very bold. And one of the things is he doesn't look down on himself that he cannot do it. You know what make eagle happy is when eagle is mounting to the top. When eagle is flying higher, higher, that is when you see him excited, and that is kind of the spirit I'm calling everyone, because we are motivating you as well on this program. The African is home where we discover people, where we put people on the spotlight, and where we celebrate people, and where we showcase what people worth and what they can also give to other people. I'm so excited for the information you just dropped in the space now. But let me quickly engage you because of my time. I have just 5 minutes or 10 minutes to wrap up this conversation. But let me quickly take you on this. Fine, beautiful. All what you say is this only thing that you are doing. A lot of people are looking forward to have more conversation with you. What else do you do? And let me put you on the spotlight. I want you to sell your product as well on the African Port. I'm giving you this opportunity to engage as many people as possible and to sell to as many people as possible. How can people get in touch with you? Some people want to get you on the social media and just drag your clothes and say, hey, madam, we want this, we want to learn this. And this is the opportunity for you to reach out to Africa as well. So I leave the floor to you. Just 2 minutes, you have the floor to sell your product and to sell what you are doing.
Thank you so much for this great opportunity. Yes, this doesn't come easy, and I don't take this for granted. Sure. So, what else do I do? So, besides motivational speaking, I'm a speaker, of course, but I am open to speaking opportunities. I do trainings, in organizations. I team up with. I have partners that I team up with for all of those, but I also do coaching. Okay, I have one-on-one coach. I sign up clients. Like I just signed up a client last week here, and we're going to be working together. The goal is for her to be able to do that thing that she wants to do, because like I said, the 5 to 9 CEO is not just for people that are looking for people that are in jobs, right? It may not be 9 to 5 for you. It may be 12 to 12. It may be 7 to 7, but there's just that thing in your heart that you want to do, but you don't have that push, or you have the push but you keep procrastinating, or your mind keeps telling you that this is not what you are called, or that thing you're doing right now is not what you're called to do. You know that there's something that your heart tells you, or your heart is somewhere else, and you don't know how to go about it. That's where I come into place for you. You can reach out to me. I've been helping a lot of people, because one thing I've realized is I've helped people, I've inspired a lot of people. One thing is to motivate is to push you to do what you have to do. To inspire you is to pull you. My goal is to inspire you, not just motivate you, but to inspire you, to pull you to that thing that you want to do. So you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me. My email is eseveri5to9ceo@gmail.com. You can send me an email if you want. If you don't want to reach out to me directly on social media, of course, I'm on social media on different platforms. So I do that coaching, of course, and I'm going to be able to help you to bring out that thing in you. I'm going to help you get you. I will motivate you, and at the same time, I will inspire you, because I will push you to start. A lot of times we are just talk. You just say, I will, I want to, but you don't want that to happen to you. Les Brown says, die empty.
Die
A lot of
empty.
people die when they are 17. They die when they are, let's say, 25, but they don't get buried till they are 75.
Hmm.
Because that
Hmm.
dream
Hmm.
that's in you, that thing you want to do that your mind is telling you, don't worry, you don't have to do it right now. You don't have to start right now. Just hold on. You will start when you finish school. You will start when you have children. You will start when you start that new business. You have to start now. If you need that somebody to hold you accountable, first of all, you have to be accountable to yourself. But that's where my coaching comes in. That's where I'm helping a lot of people. My goal is to help a lot of people achieve their dream. I don't want them to leave this earth without leaving a map or doing that thing that you are called to do. One thing we need to realize is a job is what you are paid to do, but a calling, is what you are meant to do. You don't want to be in
Hmm.
your sick bed in your old age and regret and say, you know what, I wish I had the time. I wish I had more time. They said if you go to the grave,
Hmm.
you have a lot of talents there. A lot of
Hmm.
people went to the grave. They couldn't do, and tomorrow is not even promised. So why not do it now?
Hmm.
Be your own boss. That's 5 to 9. Be your own boss. Don't let anybody dictate for you. And who told you that when you take that leap, something is going to happen? The walls are going to fall. If you're in a job right now and you hate it, who said that if you walk away from the job? Who said so? And trust me, my message is not for everybody. There's some people that have to work their jobs.
Hmm.
Love it. Some people have to be in the hospital to take care of the sick. So stay there. Anything you're doing right now, and my message is for those that if you look at what you're doing right now, you know, this is not me. This is not where I want to do. Something tells you you can do more. That's where I will help you. I will hold your hands with you and you can achieve that. Trust me, that's the true joy and happiness when you're doing what you are called to do.
All to do. Hmm. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much for that beautiful message there. When you are doing what you are called to do, there is difference between you doing what the people want you to do. You go to university, you know that kind of mentality they put on us. Go to university, study, 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 graduate, look for white collar job, sit down there, do it, 60 years, die, then that's all. You can do more than that, and you are here for something very, very unique. The gift that you carry is unique, and no one can take it away from you. Let me just quickly engage you on this. Have you ever have any time, and this is a time I'm putting you on the spotlight and on the hot seat. Have you ever have any time in your life when you want to choose career? Have you have a kind of head to head with your parents about the kind of career you want to choose? Have your parents want you to do something, but you don't want to do what they want you to do? Have you been in that situation before?
Yes, I have. And this kind of just kind of relates to what we're talking about, right? So when I was in school, which is what we call high school here in Africa, we call it secondary school, right? When I was in secondary school, I
Hmm.
wouldn't say I was the smartest kid, but I was very smart. So I finished from school, all great, good grades, A's and B's, something like that, whatever that is back home. And my dad, all through while I was growing up, my dad wanted me to be a medical doctor. He actually started to call me a medical doctor. He said, "Oh, my second daughter, Eseveri, is going to become a medical doctor." And so he started to say it and it began to go into my subconscious. And when I finished secondary school, there was no reason why I shouldn't become a medical doctor. But something happened right after I finished secondary school. I had an accident, actually fell on the roadside where moving trucks and everything. But God saved me. God spared my life. And so I broke my left arm. And so that kind of set me back a little bit because that happened right immediately after I finished secondary school. And so while I went through the treatment, I was taking treatment for months, and that kind of I missed the jam. That's whatever people write back home. But I think it was God then trying to orchestrate my life in a different direction. So by the time I got out of that experience, my dad wanted me to go in and write jam, and I said, I don't want to write jam anymore. I just want to do something else. And he said, no, you're supposed to be a medical doctor. After he actually told all his friends that I was a medical doctor, right from when I was a teenager. And so I went to, that's what took me to Abraka. And they were like, okay, you know what? You're going to go to, while you're waiting to write the next jam, I want you to go to Delta State University, Abraka. My brother used to be the SUG president in Abraka. And so that kind of, gave me the walkthrough. So I went there to do pre-degree. And during the pre-degree program, they were going to sign me in because but my result was so good. Usually people that do pre-degree are people that are trying to like just get that extra 6 months to a year to boost their grades so that they can do study whatever they want to study. So the lady looked at my grade and said, "What are you doing here? You have an A in mathematics." Mathematics? Like seriously? Who gets A in mathematics? You must be very good. And then you have all your science, you have all your subjects. And she said, and I said, guess what? You know, as teenager, I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be going to a different school. I'm going to be a medical doctor. And she said, "Okay, so what are you doing here?" And I said, "I'm just here to pass time." And she said, "Okay, so now I don't even know what course to screen you into." And that's how she screened. I was like, "Give me any course, anything you give me, I can do it." You know, I was saying with this, teenage attitude and everything. And so she said, "If you have an A in maths, I will just go ahead and screen you into industrial mathematics." And that's how I got screened into industrial mathematics. So I did it. I went in there. Of course, I passed my I did my prelim, I passed. I took the jam again, but this time around my score was 197, and you have to hit that 200 mark for you to be screened into medicine. But all through those 6 months when I spent in that school, I figured that I don't even want to do this thing that my dad is talking about. It was my dad, my elder ones, all of them were like, "You have to be a medical doctor, you're very smart." But I quickly realized that I don't even think I can deal with blood. I want to just stay here, right? I didn't know if what the course I was in at that particular point in time was going to be very relevant, but I just figured I didn't want to do it. And I made up my mind. And thank God I was able to stand my ground. And I knew for sure that that wasn't me. So I took the jam again, but then I was already in 100 level. Took the jam again. I got 200 and something, and they started pulling me out. You have to go do a professional. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. It's not going to make me fulfilled. I'm not going to be happy. I don't love anything taking care of patients. I don't love it. Just leave me. And this is what I want to do. So that was the struggle. And at some point, I think when I was in like 200 or 300 level, he gave up. Then he was still telling people, my daughter is a medical doctor. And I'm like, I don't want to be a doctor. Leave me alone. And so that was, I just, stood my ground. And trust me, right now, I'm happy I did that. Because the medical field, I don't have anything against my medical colleagues, but the medical field won't have made me happy. Like just taking my son to the hospital, like just escorting them to the hospital, I can almost pass out. Just like I don't like to visit the hospital. Like I don't like anything medical. I don't want to see it. I avoid it as much as possible. So I know that is not me. Which leads me back to the 5 to 9 year. You might already be in a field. You might already be in a job that you don't like, but you're doing it because that's what the society wants, or that's what we make, or you're just doing it for prestige or something. Don't stay there. Don't die there. You can stay there for now, but you can come out and just live the life that you want to live.
Let's quickly engage you a bit. The time is already fast spent, but
Wow.
I'm enjoying it, and a lot of people are listening to the conversation and they are enjoying the conversation. So I will still have a bit time to read for us to. I'm still gonna bring you back that we're gonna have more time to discuss. It's quite unfortunate that the time difference is giving us a lot of headache. The time here in Africa is already late in the evening, but there where you are is morning time. So those kind of thing is what challenges we are facing. But still, that will not still stop us to do what we need to do. Let's quickly look at the journey and what you explained so far. Are you happy with what you are doing now? If need be that you need to drop everything you are doing now, and $1 billion is already on the ground for you. Somebody offer you $1 million and tell you, quit, leave all this thing you are doing. Here is $1 million. Just spend and continue with your life. Which one are you going to settle?
Frankly, and I'm not saying this because I'm on radio, but trust me, the $1 million has to be aligned with this journey that I'm on right now. I feel like I've found my purpose. I know I don't feel. I feel actually because you have to feel it from within. I know, I am 100% sure that this is the line that God wants me to be. That $1 million has to be aligned with this line that I'm going to. I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. I wish I got this a long time ago. And that's what I want to help people do. I want them to, I just turned 40, and looking back, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I found myself earlier. I'm sure I would have achieved more, but no regrets. You can pick from where you are right now. It's where you're going, where you are now and where you're
That's
going
really
that
matter.
matters. Don't worry about where you're
Hmm,
coming from.
hmm,
I wouldn't trade it for
hmm,
anything.
hmm.
Dari, I wake up now, like you this morning, I wish you can see my heart. Like I'm just happy. I'm satisfied. This, and I
I feel
love
it.
another way that he puts it, like, um That thing that you are called to do, you know how you know that you are called to do it? You can even do it for free. That's how
Exactly,
I that's
exactly,
how I feel.
exactly.
Like even if no money comes out,
Mm,
I'm just happy. I'm just happy and I'm just praying, God, give me more time to be able to get people like, because I know there are a lot of me out there. You may be watching this right now. You know what I'm saying. It's touching you. It's touching your heart. You are the one I can help you. That's where my coaching, that's the gift that God has given to me. Sometimes you just have to embrace what you have. I didn't even think that what I had was something, because I know I have that gift to be able to help people to call it out of them and just get them moving, and just there's just that satisfaction and fulfillment that comes from it. It's not just about smiling, happy, smiling on the surface. People can tell if what you're doing is fake. People can smell authenticity.
mm,
Thank God for the camera. People can see it. People can see genuine. People know. People can see through you.
mm,
Trust me, when you hit
mm.
that mark, no amount of money is not what money can buy.
We,
It's not what money can buy. It's
Indeed,
deeper than what
indeed,
money can buy.
indeed, indeed.
Live your life.
Mm,
When you when you are
uh,
going, you shaking your head. I'm like, oh my God, I did it. I am satisfied. When you look back, you're like, yes.
mm.
And this is in
I've done
different
what I
areas.
expect. What expected me. Mm,
I did what I was
mm,
expected to do. You will know when you hit it.
mm,
Nobody
mm,
look yourself in the
mm.
mirror. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to convince. You will know when you hit it. You will
No.
know when you are doing
Wow.
what you're supposed to do. Don't let anything
Mm,
define you, which is that 9 to 5
mm,
concept. 9 to 5 is a box.
mm,
And when I say 9 to 5,
mm,
I'm using that because that's how I team myself. But trust me, 9 to 5 if you are in that box right now, maybe what society said you should be, what your family said you should be, what your church said you should be.
mm,
But that's not what you want to
mm.
be. That's not what God
To
called you
be.
to be. Listen to your heart. That's where I can
Mm.
help you. I can help you. I can
Wow.
coach you through it. And trust me, you'll be happy. You'll be joyful. You'll be fulfilled. You'll wake up and you'll be like, oh my God, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm,
Something else that
mm,
inspired me was my
mm,
children. My children looked at me at some point when I was saying, okay, I want to do, at first it started like just this. I was just saying it. And because my kids, I'm very close to my kids, I tell them everything. Sometimes they're listening, sometimes they're not, but of course they're getting it. And one day my son said, Mom, I noticed that when you look on that computer, there's a certain energy around you. When you look on this computer, there's a certain way that you feel. Mom, I know at first I was saying, don't do anything that is going to make us feel like, okay, maybe we're not going to have food to eat, because it teases me sometimes. And I said, I want to go where there's no path and leave a trail. I
mm,
don't care if that path is not popular.
mm,
And my kids, my son,
mm,
one of them told me, Mom, go where you will be happy. And we're
mm.
happy for you. We just want to see you happy. We just want to see you joyful. That was when I knew that I was on the right track. Like if my
Wow.
son that
Wow. Wow.
sees me inside the
Do
house
what
every day,
make you happy.
do what
Mm,
makes
mm,
you happy.
mm,
I'm telling you, it changes
mm,
the perspective. You affect more life
mm,
that way. You don't even have to struggle. It comes
mm.
natural. It comes natural.
Natural.
You're not living
Natural.
another person's
Natural.
life. You're doing what you are meant to do. He may not pay you right now because that's the fear. Like, oh, am I going to be able to feed my family? Da, 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 da. Those are just noise. Face it and see.
Mm,
Face it and see what happens. Trust
mm,
me, you'll be more fulfilled. No matter how much money you get as a millionaire, if you do the wrong thing, you will still die regretting. So how about you just do the
mm,
right
mm, mm,
and live a
mm.
satisfying life? A
Let,
satisfying
let,
life
let,
that you'll
let,
be
let
able
me
to live
just
with
let,
people.
let me just add something there as well, because it will be very frustrating that a lot of people get to heaven or to hell, and they start asking them, why are you here? Because all the message we send you to go and do there, you don't even touch any one of it. Why do you come back here? And a lot of people now living in regret because they can't come back and come and correct that again. And that is exactly what the African Portal is all about. We are here to discover people. We are here to give you spirit and energy. We are here to You can do it. You can do it. Thank you very much, Secretary, for this great opportunities to be on this program this hour. Will you see yourself in the next 10 years coming?
In the next 10 years, my goal is my goal is that a lot of people, more people would have heard my message. I see myself in the stage of the world, if I can put it that way. Okay. Because I know that the world needs this. The world needs what I have. The world is waiting on me. That's why
Sorry, I
I
think something is not right with your voice now.
okay. I think is the
I think
network. Can
something
you
is
hear
not
me
right with
now?
your voice. Okay,
I thought it was, I can hear myself,
so
but I can't hear
it's
you very
very, very
well.
slow. It's coming very, very.
I think it's the network. Probably, I don't know if it's
Okay,
mine or yours. Can you hear me now?
okay. We can hear you, but it's hardly the voice is not going very well.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Is it okay now?
okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Continue. Say what? Continue with what you are saying. Continue. Don't worry.
Okay, so I was saying that I see myself in the next 10 years. My message will be out there because I know that somebody needs this message and people are yearning for what I have, basically, right? Yearning for what I have. And my goal is to get it out there to as many people as possible. My goal is to inspire as many people as possible. Okay. Like I said, I just don't want to motivate people to do what they want to do, but I want to inspire them. I want to pull them to their calling. I want to pull them to their vision, pull them to their dream, because sometimes just pushing them can come from a place of fear. That's what I began to learn right now in my next gen coaching that I'm learning from. And so I want to be able to inspire them. So in 10 years from now, I see the 5 to 9 CEO concept getting out there, blowing up. I want it to be a household name, if you want to put it that way. I just pray that God will count me worthy and give us long life so that in 10 years from now, we can smile and look back and say, yes, indeed, I am on track and I'm doing what I'm called to do. And not only me, you are also doing what you are called to do. So just to continue to spread the word, take more people as you can with you. Because like I said earlier, it's not just about when God blesses you, how many lives have you blessed in the process? So my goal is to get as many people as I can on this journey with me, so that when our end comes, we'll be able to beat our chest and say, yes, we did what we could and we left the rest for you to do, Lord. So that's where I am at. So, Daria, are you there? I hope I did not lost you. So if you are watching this, thank you so much I believe you can still see me, so I can go ahead. I'm sure Daria will come on. And I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for having me on here. I am enjoying this platform. Love to all of you all. And I know people are watching this from all over the world. Reach out to me. You can book a 30 minutes free consultation with me and we can see where you are at and where your next step will be. And you also want to see what it will look like to work with me. This will be a very good opportunity. Let's book that 30 minutes free consultation and we can get to work together. Can you hear me?
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure having you in the studio. This will be the end. I'm still going to bring you back anytime soon, but let's call it a day from here. Let's bring you back probably next month. We're going to have part 2 of this conversation. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we really appreciate
The
it.
network.
God bless every one of you. Keep shining.
Thank
Keep
you.
smiling. Keep enjoying God's favor. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a beautiful year ahead of you. Once again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
To everyone, thank you very much
Bye, everybody.
for this time, and we are going to start a show very soon. Keep showing, keep watching, keep listening, keep sharing it. It's the African Portal Radio TV International. God bless every one of you. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep sharing it, keep talking about it. It's the African Portal. Isabella is one of the great women of Africa that you need to do business with. Please support her, do business with her, put some money in her hand, be part of the great movement, and be part of a journey me. God bless you. Real good. If God has put anything in your mind to support this vision, please feel free to support the African Port Radio. We're looking forward to be the voice of Africa. Please keep doing it. This is end to this broadcast. God bless everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
For now. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye from here. We really appreciate your time for being here. Thank you very much, everyone. This will be the end to this program. Enjoy this song, and we'll see you again on top of the hour by the grace of God. Please keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep